Okay, here is the lowdown. This thing rocks. Most lawn companies would have charged me $150 to $200 to aerate my yard. With one use I've broke even. Hope to get many years of use from it. It's well made. It does take up a lot of room, so storage may be an issue. It's also very heavy. Warning, those tines are sharp. Be very careful moving it around. The axle with the tines could easily be classified as a deadly weapon. First of all, the install. Wear gloves. Seriously. Wear mechanic glove anytime you're touching the sharp points. I was very careful and still managed to cut myself. Wear gloves. Trust me, I used an air ratchet to tighten most of the bolts. All the nuts are the type with nylon threads, and using a hand ratchet would have taken a lot of extra time. You don't have to get them super tight, but believe me, your wrist will be tired. Speaking of install time, it took me about 1.5 hours. Many of the bolts are very similar in size. Very confusing. Instruction were okay, not great. Pay attention to how the metal tray fits onto the axle. It's a very important step and very easy to screw up. Get someone to help you place the tray onto the axle. With those shaped tines waiting to rip the skin off your hands, an extra set of gloved hands makes things a lot safer. I live in central KY and we have a lot of clay soil. First time I used the aerator, it had rained about 4 days earlier. I went to my local home improvement store and purchased 4 cinder blocks, under $2 each. I have a 0-turn 52-inch deck mower. My 1.8 acres is mostly flat and few obstacles such as tree and plantings. First, do not tow this around with 4 cinder blocks on it with the wheels down. When you're actually aerating, the wheel are retracted so the weight is on the tines. If you turn tightly or bump into something, the wheels will bend, the metal bracket, and the rubber lining, tread on the plastic tires can come off. I know, I learned the hard way, thankfully it was an easy fix. It's okay to have 4 cinder blocks on it while aerating, it's very well constructed, but the little plastic tires really can't take the weight. I did a perimeter mow without the aerator attached. I mowed around trees and our fence, anywhere it's a tight space or you're maneuvering close to objects. Next, I attached the aerator and started mowing. It's best not to make turns any greater than 45 degrees left or right. This thing is wide and a 0-turn can turn on a dime and could damage the aerator. Do not back up. It seems it's not made for this. This aerator works great. I used it 4 days after the last rain and I was getting 2 to 3 inch plugs. Ideally 1 to 2 days after the rain would be perfect as long as it's not muddy. Anyway, I was really happy with the results. I suggest the first time you use it, stop after 10 to 15 minutes and recheck bolts to make sure they are all tight. Click link in description for more reviews.